Hi guys, my name is Harry. Today I'm gonna show you the way to build your own messenger bot for an online store. I already set up this bot for my Facebook page, the shop HaryPhamDev. You can find this page and play along with it. Let's see what the bot can do. If you never sent a message to this page before, you have a Get Started button. Click on that button to start a conversation. First, the bot will send a welcome message to the user and provide three options, showing categories, look up your order, and talk to an agent. I choose the categories button. This is a Facebook carousel template showing all categories I have in this store, including headphones, TV, and PlayStation. With each category, I can view its info on Amazon, view all products with the same category I chose before, or view detail this category on Messenger. With the Order Now button, it's gonna open up a new link to buy this product on Amazon as well. Next, I'm gonna go back to the main menu. This time, we'll hit the Lookup Order button. To use this feature, you need to tell the bot some information about your order by using the Set Info button. A pop-up appears, a form to fill the order information. We call this form is a Facebook web view, a web page from our server but display inside the messenger. If the user submits the form, we check the required field first, the email and the order number. When it's done, we have all info user provided before. At this point, I only send the order info back to the user because I just demo this feature. I don't have database to save info about the user order. The final feature is to talk with an agent. Whenever you want to turn off the bot and talk with a real person, click on this button. From now on, all the messages you send will be handled by a person. During this conversation, if you want to turn on the bot again, send the message back or exit. For example, I will send a greeting message to this page. The admin of the page will see my message via page inbox and send a reply message when needed. As you can see, if I receive a message from persons, the name of that person will display at the top of that message. To turn on the bot again, I use the message back. Now the conversation is controlled by this bot again. It will handle the greeting message I send or showing a default message in case it doesn't know how to respond to the user. You can send messages with the meaning greetings, byes, or thanks and see what the bot can do. For more information about this bot, please visit my Facebook page or my YouTube channel. In this channel, find this playlist, a simple guide to build awesome bots with Node.js platform. That's the bot we will build in this video. Let's get started now. This is an empty project which I opened with the ID WebStorm. To start, first we need to init our project with the command npm init. Then write your description about this project. Messenger Chatbot text shop Node.js. I don't like the entry point index.js, so I change to server.js. Write some keywords about this project. HaryPharm is my name. This is our setup for this project. After we init our project, we will have a package.json. With the file, we can install the Node Package Manager. I will install the Express Framework, .env, and EJS. The Express Framework is the backend server. The .env to get set to the environment variable, and EJS is the default view engine. I create a /c folder to write our code. /c is short for source code. The config folder is where we write the app configuration. A controller is a folder to write controller files. A route is where we define the web route and the API routes. In the config folder, I will set the EJS is the default view engine for the app. First, we import the Express frameworks. Add a command for this file, config view engine for app. Then write a function to config the view engine. Let config view engine. I use a error function, and this function will set it up to use EJS as the default view engine. We will use the function in the entry point. The config view engine function will allow us to get images, CSS, and JS, I mean the static file from the public folder, then set the view engines is EJS, and finally, all the EJS file in the views folder. After that, I create the folders to save the static files in the public folder. First, I will create the homepage view, homepage.ejs, and this file simply return a hello world. To handle a route in this app, I will define a web.js, and the Express router will handle all the route for our application. First, import the Express framework, then use the Express router, express.router function. We create a init web routes function to handle all the Express route. Don't forget to export the function. Router.get. The first route is the homepage, I mean the slash route. And to handle this route, we need a controller. I create a homepage controller in the controller folder. In this file, we create a new function getHomepage with the request and response. Request and response is the express parameters and allow us to get a set to the incoming request and send a response for that request. We use a export function to export an object so we can export as many functions as we can. And in the route folder, we import the controller. We import the controller, then we can access to its function. Import homepage controller from the controller folder. I need to update this router, homepage controller, and its function for this route. In the function, we return the app use a slash. It means our route is start with a slash first. Now it's time to define our entry point, the server.js. We import the Express framework, then import the view engine and init our web route. Import config view engine from the config folder. After that, import init web routes from the web.js file. I create a Express app instance, then config view engine, and pass the Express app as the input parameter. I do the same thing with init our web route. I create a new parameter, the port. By default, we will get the value for the port parameter from the .env file. But in case we get an undefined error, we will set the value 8080 instead. We use the function app.listen to make a local server, and this function will listen on the port we defined before, And if we run this app successfully, we can see the command messenger desktop is running at the port and the port value we define. To get access to the port parameter, we need to import the .env file at the top of the file. So use the command require .env package, then get access to the config function. We finished the server file. After that, we will create the env file, a .env file, and .env.example to push to the Git repository, a Git ignore file to define all the folder or the files you want to push to a GitHub or to your server. I will start with the .env first. This file we will config up env variables. The port, I set the value to 8080 and then copy all the parameter and paste to the .env.example. We only delete the value. This is our file I defined for the gitignore file. We never put the node modules and our sensitive data. I will config the bubble RC to use the bubble compiler. We also need to install the devDependency. I will install Normon and bubble packages. The Normon package will allow us to automatically restart the node server. The bubble packages are the compiler to compile our JavaScript syntax. I mean the ES5 and ES6 together, so we don't have the error if we use the ES5 and ES6 syntax in the JavaScript file. After that, in the package.json, we need to define a command to run our Node.js server. I will use the command npm start to run the server. If we run our app successful, we will see a message at the console. Open your browser and go to the address localhost at the port 8080. We get the hello world message. It means that we set up our Node.js successful. The next step is to config our Facebook Messenger bot. First, go into Facebook Messenger platform. We need the document to set up our Facebook bot. I will choose the Get Started session. We need to config the Facebook webhook. The Facebook webhook is the way our node server knows whenever a user sends a message to Facebook. The Facebook will forward that message to our node server. Our node server will process that message and send response to the Facebook server. First, I define the method getWebhook. Facebook will use this method will verify our webhook, and Facebook needs to know how our webhook works and it is working or not. And the post webhook is the way we handle the incoming message from the Facebook server. I use the controller and its function to separate the view with the controller file. We need to define the export function, get webhook, and the post webhook. Create the new function right here. Let get webhook with the parameter request and response. We do the same thing with the post webhook function. Update this function with the plug code we copied before. In the function, we just simply check the message from the Facebook page, then loop through the message and check the message event. I also copy this plugin to verify the Facebook webhook. Copy this and paste right here. We need to define our verify token. The verify token we should get from the .env file. So use a constant verify token process.env and dot the parameter name. To use the process.env, we need to import the .env package, require .env, then config function. I will update this parameter verify token. Next, we update the .env my verify token. It is a random string, so choose whatever you want. I just use a random string. It is just a random string 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then update the .env.example, but without the value. To test our webhook as a local, first copy the command. We need to use the curl URLs. I will paste right here and change the parameter. We change the local port to 8080. Change the verify token, copy this token, and update right here. Copy the command and run at the terminal. You can run this command with your Gitspot or anything that supports the curl URLs. We receive the message challenge accepted. It means our webhook worked fine. Next, we need to deploy our webhook, and the Facebook webhook requires a LLL certificate. It means we need to use a HTTPS server instead of a HTTP server. In this video, I will use the Heroku Cloud. It is a HTTPS server and free to use. Pick your app name. The Heroku app name is unique, so you can't take my app name. You should pick one app name for you. I give the default region United States and hit the Create App button. We redirect to the Heroku document for a new app. First, we need to install the Heroku CLI to use the Heroku command. We will log in with the Heroku command. To deploy an app to Heroku, the first thing we need to do is to create a profile. The profile is a guide to tell Heroku what to do to run our app. So we use the web application, so web node, the link to the entry points, RC, the RC folder, and then the entry point files, server.js. After that, at the terminal, I use the command Heroku login to authenticate the user. Press any key to open up a pop-up. Click on login. Come back to your IDE. Right now, you can see your Heroku email. Next, we need init the Git repository with the command git init, git archives, git commit the message, deploy Heroku. Instead of set the remote to the Git, we need to change the Git remote to the Heroku server. So copy the command. We need to update the remote. Paste right here. By default, Heroku will not install the devDependency, So we need to configure the environment product to false. It means that we run this app as the dev environment. Then, to push code to Heroku, use the command git push Heroku master. Wait a few minutes for deploying this code to the server. You can click to this link to open your app. Now we get the message hello world. It means we successfully deployed this app to the Heroku cloud. Another way to open your app is click on the button open app. The same thing. Come back to the document. The next step we will do is to subscribe our webhook to a Facebook app. To do that, first we need to create a Facebook page and a Facebook app. We go into the app setup session. Go into facebook.com. Right now, I'm using the classic version. If you use the new Facebook version, you can change to the classic version by click on this option. Click on Pages, then Create Page. Get started with the business and brand section. Paste your app name, Desktop HaryPhamDev, then choose the category. I will choose an entertainment website. Click Next. Skip. We can update this info later. We need to add a button so customer can send message to our page, contact with you, send messages via Messenger, and finish. That's button. This function isn't working. We need to reload this page and try again. That's button. Send a message. Hi there. We have a notification. It means our page is working. Next, go into Facebook Developer to create a Facebook app. You can use your Facebook account to create the Facebook app. Click on My Apps. This is a chatbot showing on the Facebook app I created before. You can click on the blue button to create a new app or hover your mouse to the Facebook avatar, then create app. Set your display name. Create app ID. Do the security check. We need to set up the Messenger product to use the Facebook bot. First, we need to add the Facebook page. Click Add or Remove Pages. Choose your Facebook page, then click Next, then Done. After that, we need to generate a page token. We use the page assign token to send messages to Facebook user. Copy this token. We need to save this token somewhere to use it later. I will create a .env variable page access token for our token. Then we need to configure the webhook URL. Because with the sensitive data, we didn't push the .env to the Heroku server. So on the server, we need to tell Heroku how to get the .env variable. To do that, open your app, then choose the setting option. Click on Review Config Variables. We will configure the port, the verified token, and the page aside token right here. I copy this one and change right here. Click Add. The final variable is the my verified token. Copy this one and update its value. Next, click on Add a callback URL. Open our app. I will copy our Heroku app URL. Add to this input and then slash webhook. The verified token is the my verified token variable. Copy this one and update this field. Click verify and save. Next, we need to add the separation. The separation is the event we want to receive from the Facebook webhook. I also enable the built-in NLP session, natural language processing. Choose your page and enable this option. The next step is change this app mode. Our app is in the development mode, so I want to change our app to the live mode so everyone can send messages to my bot. First, we need to provide a privacy policy URL. In this video, I will create a privacy policy URL online. Generate a free privacy policy. I will use the website. Let me see, freeprivacypolicy.com. Choose the session generator. Next step, copy this link. For the demo purpose, I will use fake info. If you do this project for your company or your job, you should provide your information. Choose no for all the options. Skip this one. Then no. No, 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 and no. Next step. Send what is the email. Copy a fake one and paste right here. You shouldn't provide your email because if you provide your email, you will get a spam email from this website. So copy the URL and update our Facebook app. Click on the Save Changes. Now let's change our app mode. Switch mode. You can see the toggle, the blue toggle. We finished the step config our Facebook app. The next step is build the first experience with the Facebook Messenger. Click on Onward the quick start. Until now, we already finished the get started session, set up the Facebook app, Facebook page, generate a page asset token, create a server. We use the Node.js server and deploy this app to HTTPS server. So to build the experience, first I will copy this function and update as the post webhook as the homepage controller. Page right here. I will change a little bit. I use the existing stack and the arrow function. The handle message will handle the normal message, I mean the text message. The handle post spike is how we handle if a user click on the Facebook button. First, we need to update the post web function. The first thing we will do is to get the PSID, base group identifier. You know, if a person sends a message to our Facebook page, we will get a sender PSID. The sender PSID is the way we know who sent the message to our page. So if you send a message to the page A, you will get a sender ID for the page A. And if you send another message to the page B, we will get another PRID. You will have a lot of PRID for each time you send a message to a Facebook page. The PRID is different with the user ID, the Facebook user ID, to identify who you are. To check this function, we need to deploy our code to the server. Wait a few minutes to update our code. This is the Heroku logs. You will see the command console log with the Heroku logs. Test PID and let's check the Heroku log. We get an error. Cannot read primary object unify at the homepage controller. The Node.js server don't know how to get the incoming request. To do that, we need to install the body parser package. With the command npm install save body parser. Next, we'll configure our server to use body parser package. Import body parser from the body parser package. I will configure body parser to return a JSON response. By default, the incoming request to the Node server will include a lot of information. By using body parser, we only get what we need. Try again. Deploy our code to update the server. Send another message. Check the console. See the Heroku log. You can see we get an object with the sender page ID and the text message are sent before. Try again, PS ID. Next, after we get the sender PS ID, it's time to send a response to our user. We will check the Facebook event. If we get a message event, we will send a message to that user. Update the body entry function. We need to update the handle message and handle prospect function. This function will handle text messages. Copy this one. By using this function, we will send a response that includes the user message. I need to install the request package to send a request to the Facebook server. Copy this code for the call send API function. The call send API function will send a message to our Facebook user. Import the request package. I will get the page access token from the .env file, process.env.page access token. This is our token. Copy this one and update the URL in the call send API. Access token, page access token. Change the version to 6.0. If we success, it will send a message hello. We will see a response message that includes your message hello. After that, we will handle the attachment message. You can send an image, audio, or video to Chatbot and receive a response message. I only copy this part to handle the attachment. With the handle prospect function, if you send a picture, Chatbot will send your picture back and provide two buttons, yes or no. So to handle the action user click to the yes or no button, we need to use the handle prospect. The prospect is the way we handle the Facebook button with the payload name, and in this case we will have to payload yes or no. If the user click on the yes button, we will send the text message thanks, and if the user click on the no button, we will send the message oops, try sending another image to the user. After that, we need to deploy our code to the server to update this function. If that's about, open your Facebook page. I will send a text message first. Hello. You can see I received the text message response, including my text message hello. I will send an image. Click send. If I'm about work, I will have the button yes or no. You can see we have the yes or no button. Click on no and click on yes. I'm about work as expected. The next step is to configure the get start button and the persistent menu for our bot. To set up the Facebook persistent menu and the get started button, first we need to create a view to call the Facebook API. So in the views folder, I create profile.ejs. I will write a HTML page. So I make a HTML page, then copy its structure and update the profile.ejs. Paste right here and delete the HTML. We set the title setup profile API. In the body is a h3 tag setup profile API. Then we need a button to submit a form. To submit a form, we also need a form tag. And the type button is submit. I will remove the ID because we use Node.js to handle this button. Add the method post and the action slash setup profile. In the controller folder, first I create a new function to handle the setup API. Let handle setup profile equal a narrow function with request and response parameter. We also need to export this function as well. Then update the web.js, create a new route, router.post, go back to the view and copy the route, copy this one, and paste right here. Call the controller homepage controller and the function I just created, handle setup profile. Go back to the controller. I will create a service. We will need a service to get the data and connect to database or calling an API. First, I import the request package and create a new function handle setup profile API. To use the service, we need to export this function as well. Copy the function name and paste right here. In the function, I will return a promise. The promise will ensure that we get the result we want because the action calling an API needs time to finish, so using a promise is the best choice. In the try function, we will call the Facebook API. I will import the service at the top of this file. Import homepage service from the service folder. Then, in the controller function, I use async and await for asynchronous function, await homepage service, and if function. We use try and catch to get the exception. If we have error, I will console.log that error. We await the homepage service to handle setup profile API, and then if we success, we will redirect to the homepage, the slide route. To set up the persistent menu or the get started button, we need to know how to use Messenger Profile API. You can find this session by clicking on the reference, then Messenger Profile API. The Messenger profiles including the get started button, the persistent menu, or the whitelisted domain. Going to the set update properties section, I will copy this endpoint, copy this one, create a new variable, let URL, and paste the endpoint right here. Notice that I use a backtick for the URL instead of the double quote. I copy the paste asset token and paste right here. We change that string, use the $sign and curly braces, and inside it is the parameter name, paste asset token. I will copy the call-send API for a request. Copy this one. We update the handle profile API. First, I change the URI parameter. We now need the paste asset token parameter in the request, and the method we use is the method post. If we succeed, I will use the result with the message done, and if we have an error, I will reject that error and the message unable to send message. We need to contain a body for this request. So I create a new variable, request body is an object. We need to know the get started button format, the persistent menu format, and the whitelisted domain format. Scroll up and find the get started button section. If you never sent a message to a page before, you will see the get started button first. And this is the get started format. I will copy this one. Update the request body. The first part is the get started button. We update the payload name. Get started. Next, we will find the persistent menu format. This is how the persistent menu showing on the mobile device. I will copy the persistent menu example. Update our request body. The persistent menu is an array, and inside it is each menu you want to display. The first part is the whitelisted domain. I will copy this one and update the request body. The whitelisted domain is the array as well. With the whitelisted domain, we can display the chat plugin or get access to the Facebook product inside your website. So copy the Heroku app URL. We need to update the server code, so git add a file. git commit the message, update, git push Heroku master. We also set up a view to set up profile API. So router.get setup profile, use the homepage controller and a function to get a EJS file, get setup profile page, copy the name of this function, and update the controller. I will create a new function that gets setup profile page with the request and response. This function will render the profile.ejs we created before. To set up the Facebook profile, we can set up at the local environment. So I will run our project npm start and copy this file. Open the browser and go into the port 8080. I open a new tab and press enter. I will paste the new route, setup profile. This is the profile.ejs. We have a form and a submit button. Before I doing this, I need to delete the conversation to showing the get started button. Click on the gear icon and delete the conversation. Submit the button. We direct to the homepage. Let's check our bot. We don't see the get started button. Reload the page and try again. That's the button. Nothing shows up. We need to check our code. Something isn't right. To see the error in the setup profile function, I will console.log the body. Right here, before we resolve, we will console.log the body and see what error we get. And try again. Go back to the setup file and submit the button. Let's check the console. We get the error invalid access token. We get the error because we get the page asset token from the .env file, but the node server don't know the syntax process.env. So to fix this error, the simply require the .env package at the top of this file. Run the server again. Go back to the setup page, reload the page, and set up the form. We straight to the homepage. Let's check our bot. As you can see right now, we have the get started button. But I don't see the persistent menu. Reload the page. Test the button. Here we are, the persistent menu with 3 options: talk to an agent, add feed suggestion, and the solve now. Let's check the whitelisted domain. Click on the setting option and advanced messaging. Scroll to the whitelisted domain section. You can see we also update this section as well. Go back to our page. I will open this conversation on the messenger. The next step we will do is to handle the get started button. I want to send a message if a new user click on the Get Started button, copy the payload name, Get Started, and go back to the controller file. We will update the handle postspec function. In this function, I use a switch case to check the payload's name. Create a case for the Get Started button. We have another case for the Yes or No button. Update the switch case with the response. If we click on the CS button, we will send a response thanks, and with the node, we will send a text try another image. I update the get started case. We create a response. I want to send the username back to the user, and we will create a message. Hi there, welcome to my page. ABC. I want to showing a message. Hi there, welcome the username to my Facebook page. But before we doing that, let's check our bot work or not with the switch case. We deploy the code to the Heroku server. Git push Heroku master. Wait a few minutes for this process to complete. To get the Facebook username, we need to use the profile API. Go into profile information section, user profile API. You can find this section in the ID and profile at the left side. Then click on the profile information. The Facebook allows us to get the profile fields like ID, name, the last name, or the email address. To retrieve a person profile, we need to make a GET request. So I copy this one. Let's start our bot function. I delete the conversation and reload this page to see the Get Started button. Right now, we have a response. Hi there, welcome ABC to my desktop. The next step we will do is to get the Facebook username. First, I create a function to get the Facebook username. This function we will write in the service file. And the input, we need a sender PS ID as the input. The function return a promise. And inside the promise, we use a try and catch to handle exception. If we have the exception, we will reject that error. I paste the link I copied before right here and copy the request. Copy this one and update the function. I need to update the URL parameter, so create a new URL. Use the backtick and copy this one. Paste right here. We need to update the base scope, and this function will use the method get, and we no need to send a body with this request. Use the $sign and the sender PS ID right here. We also update the page asset token. The dollar sign and the curly braces and the backtick is the ES16 stack. We have the page asset token right here, so no need to import this. We also export this function to use in the controller file. After we send a request to the Facebook server, we will get a body response, and in this body, we need to convert to a JSON object and get the username by using the last name and the first name of that person. So I create a new variable, username, and this username will include two parts, the last name and the first name. We will return the username, resolve username. In the handle post by function, I need to change a little bit, add a thing and await. That user equal await the homepage service and call its function get Facebook username. We need to pass the sender PS ID right here. Change to the backtick and delete the ABC text. We use $sign and the parameter username. Something isn't right here. The username is a string and I forget to use the backtick. So we insert a backtick at the first and the end of the string. We need to deploy our app again. Git add our files. Git commit the message update. Git push Heroku master. Let's check our bot. Open the messenger. I need to delete this conversation to showing the get started button. So click on the get started button. I hope we will get the Facebook username. So you can see Hurricane is my username display on Facebook. In this video, we already set up the get started button and the persistent menu. In the next video, we will set up a carousel template, turn on our bot and showing a web view. See you guys in the next video.